adults think about what students need to be prepared for high school or college or for their life, what would you say? This is what we truly need as we leave high school to be best prepared for our future.
For me right now, what I need is like just care, and teachers care so much. So I feel like good in that aspect. And in the future, I think that we're going to need a lot of communication because there is going to have to be a lot of conversations about what classes you took during the pandemic, for preparing for college, right? A lot of what classes did you take during the pandemic? How are you learning during the pandemic? Because things are so different now. One big thing that I can think of, AP, like AP classes, those are standardized across the country. And that will be something that people will have learned differently because if some people did AP online and others did it in class, we could have picked up on different things. So honestly, the best way for support for students like me, I feel like would be a lot of communication and care and just understanding because things have been so crazy and unpredictable, very unpredictable.
Yeah, going off of what Nyla just said, I feel like the more invested the teacher is in the college process and setting up your future, the easier it is for you. Like I am a senior right now and I'm going through like all the college processes, the writing the essay and the letter of recommendations. And if I didn't have one of my teachers like help me through this, like it would be very hard. And I think that the pandemic is for future students, it's gonna be hard because especially like right now, like if you don't have a support system, it's gonna be extremely difficult for kids our age to be like setting up our futures.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely agree with what Nyla said too, because everyone has had like different experiences during this quarantine and COVID. And I feel like communication will be very important because you don't know what everyone else has done.
I also want to add just one last thing. I'm thinking like after college too, how high schools or even like middle schools can support students. And that's by incorporating the 7 habits and any leadership tips into like financial literacy. Like it's something that we don't think about in schools, but it is so important to have a financially literate generation so that we're making smart and responsible decisions. It even comes down to learning about the colleges and how you're going to pay for student loans or scholarships and things like that. Like a financially literate society is just better off in the end than one that is just figuring it out off of social media posts that might be wrong or like people that don't know what they're talking about. So it really just comes down to supporting students at the local levels within the schools and helping them incorporate the leadership skills, the financial skills, and the life lessons that you'll learn through it.
I love that. That hit that like really I was able to relate and I was able to identify with everything you said because there are so many things that I had no idea about until the pandemic. And I feel like even now there's so much that I don't know that I'm going to need to know ASAP. And I just don't feel like I'm learning that right now. But of course we need to get there. And I love that.
I definitely agree because now I'm just like starting to like look at colleges and everything. And I definitely wish that I had been taught how to deal with finances and like the money stuff. Like I definitely wish I had been taught that so then I would know how to go through this.